when Queen-Imperial Elena died with no heir, there were those who feared that the Imperium would collapse. Emil's lineage had ruled over this nation ever since he first brought it into being. With Elena's death, all of that was put at risk. Without decisive rule, the Imperium can't function. And for the first time since its inception, our people were leaderless. For the first time since its inception, the Imperium was on the brink of crumbling. We were in chaos. But from that chaos rose a voice of reason. Sophia, Queen Imperial to the people, human-born, the youngest individual to ever join the ruling council. My mother. She united a nation in the face of incredible odds, and our Imperium has never been stronger. We have never been stronger. But that strength has not gone untested. This past year has held perhaps the most difficult of those tests. The loss of a queen. The love that my mother had for her people was matched only by the love that they held for her in return. We are, all of us, still reeling from her passing. None more than I. But I take comfort in the thought that I might continue her work, that I might stand in front of a grieving nation and tell them their hurt is justified and doubly felt, but that we must use the strength of those feelings to do right by her memory. My mother was known for saying that the strength of the Imperium was its people. And she was right. She knew what incredible things we could do when we stood and worked together. So I'm asking that each of us, every single one of us, stands together now. There are those who opposed my ascension to the throne. Those who felt that my mother's ascension set a new standard, one that didn't rely on lineage. There are those who felt her human-born perspective was what the Imperium needed. Those who felt I was too young. To those people I say, I am more than my age. I am more than the circumstances of my birth. I am my mother's son. Those things in her that you loved are the things she taught me, fostered within me. If you feel that her perspective is what made this Imperium great, then there is no one better to take her place than the man that she raised from birth with that perspective in mind. If you feel that I'm too young for a position of this power, then I would challenge you to find someone even twice my age with half as much drive and passion and devotion to the institutions and founding principles on which this imperium is built. My mother was what the imperium needed in a time of chaos, and I am what it needs in this time of order. This structure has been hard won, and it must not be squandered. Human-born, magic-born, unempowered, we are all united under the banner of the Imperium. The Imperium's strength is its people, and its people's strength comes from unity. Unity to a common purpose, toward a common goal, for a common good. To those who would question what this Imperium will become under my rule, I say, I am the son of this nation. My voice is yours, and our voice will ring out for time immeasurable. We are thunder and quake and hurricane and hellfire, and all who oppose us will know what we can do. For the Imperium. God, has it ever been a day? Did you catch the broadcast from the rally? What did you think? Thank you. I can't wait until the time comes when I don't have to make these speeches anymore. My job is to rule this Imperium, not run around telling people about ruling it. If my approval ratings weren't at stake, I'd just call the rest of them off. But the last thing I need is more questioning of my capacity to lead. Suppose it can't be avoided for the time being. I knew there would be people who didn't think I deserved the throne. My mom had the best public approval of any ruler since Emil. Mine was bound to be a drop in comparison. I just don't know how many more times I have to tell them that she literally raised me for the position before they shut the fuck up and get in line. If you loved her, then you'll love me. Now sit down and do your goddamn job. I understand I've made some choices in this position that they don't think is in the spirit of the Imperium. Well, guess what? I am the Imperium now. People never thought a human-born could rule this nation, and then they came to love my mom. They need to pull their heads out of their asses and see the writing on the wall. Every ruler makes some changes that go against tradition. And then by the next ruler, those changes have become tradition. So have a little faith. I know. And I've said all of this 100 times before, and you've been gracious enough to listen to me bitch about it every time, which I appreciate. Thank you. Hey, come here. Consort to the King-Imperial. It has a nice ring to it, don't you think? How's the new title treating you? Good. If any of the staff try to give you any trouble, I want to hear about it. Immediately. It's their job to respect my decisions, and if they're not equipped to do that, then they need to seek a different employment opportunity. I love you. I don't care what tradition says, and I sure as hell don't give a shit what any of them have to say. I want you at my side. They'll get used to that, or they'll get out. Easy as that. Hey, what's that look? No, it's not nothing. I know you better than that. You can hide your feelings from a lot of people, but not from me. What's wrong? What my advisors think about our relationship is irrelevant to me, because I have no intention of changing anything about it. I've told them as much, and they know better than to bring it up. So why do you ask? Have they been trying to talk to you about it? I'm sure our relationship has had an impact on my approval ratings, both positive and negative, and frankly, I don't fucking care about that. And neither should you. Who I choose to share my bed with is none of the people's business. I'm their king, not their friend. It's my life, and who I choose to spend it with doesn't have any bearing on my ability to lead this nation. They know that, but they're grasping at any straw they can find to try and throw a bad light on me, because there isn't anything of any real merit to wield against me. So the worst thing we can possibly do is to give that bullshit any attention. That's not what I meant. If it wasn't this, it would be some other half-cocked attempt to cast doubt on me. If our relationship wasn't in question, they just find something else to bitch about. That's how this works. What are you saying? I would not be better off if we weren't together. I literally just said they'd find something else to resent me for. I'm a new leader, following in the wake of a beloved one. There's bound to be some disapproval at first until I can show them what I'm capable of. And what the fuck do you even mean, saying things like, I'd be better off without you? Do not let public opinion decide how you should feel. I'm not angry. I'm just frustrated. You'd know if I was angry. Come here. come here. Good. Now, do you love me? It is that simple. Now answer the question. Do you love me? Then that's all that matters. I have broken customs to be with you, to keep you, an unempowered human, at my side, even when my reputation amongst my people is already tenuous. I'm risking making that even worse to be with you because I love you, and that is what matters. So don't tell me you're having second thoughts. It's too late for that now. We're happy together. They don't get to take that away from us. They don't get to put that bullshit in your head and make you doubt what we have. I rule the Imperium, not the people. What they think doesn't fucking matter. It didn't matter to Emil. It didn't matter to my mother. It didn't matter to anyone in between them. It's never fucking mattered. The game of being a monarch imperial is to let them think they have some shred of agency in this world while not actually giving a shit what they say they want. Because they don't even know what they really want. They think they do, right up until they get it. And then it's not what they thought it was, and now they're pissing and moaning about it all over again. Nobody ever got to hear the second part of my mom's little catchphrase. The part she'd only say behind closed doors. The strength of the Imperium is its people. But the brain of the Imperium is its ruler. Strength is nothing without direction. I'm that direction now, and where I want to direct us, we go. So stop caring what they think, because it means nothing. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like they do. You know me. I've trusted you with the parts of me that I haven't trusted with anyone before. You know me. You're right. I'm not the same man I was when we were growing up. I'm the King-Imperial now. What I want, I get. And what I get, I keep. What about the unempowered? I know I said I wanted to make changes. And I have. I'm looking right at that change. How else could you be by my side? Now is not the time for this conversation. Broader change for unempowereds has to wait. The system on which the Imperium is built has limits. And so does my patience. That's different. What people think of our relationship doesn't matter. What they think about my age or my ascension doesn't matter. But broad, sweeping reform done too quickly could lead to a systematic collapse. I am not contradicting myself. There is a difference. Not one that I'd expect you to see, but it's there, and I'm done having this conversation. No, just shut up. Shut up! I'm getting you into bed. I know you can't move, but right now, you don't need to anyway. You need to lay here in my arms and remember how good it feels being together. How right it feels. Here with me. You are fine. Everything is going to be fine. You're with me. That is what matters. You know that. If I have to find a way to show you that, then I will. If I have to cut you off from all those dissenting opinions and their bullshit rhetoric until you can remember how good we are for each other, then I will. I would burn this Imperium to the ground to be with you. In all the shapes and forms that you take in my life. We're happy together. I love you. You're mine. And I'm yours. And nothing in this world is going to change that.